Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, we're going to be looking at some Raiders breakout candidates in 2022. I do have a few roles for my breakout candidates. One, they can't be a rookie. And when I personally think of a breakout year, I think of a career season for that player. So I got 6 players on tap. No particular order. Let's go to the first guy here, and it's Nate Hobbs, cornerback, entering the second year in the NFL. This is definitely one of the biggest steals that the Silver and Black have had over the past few seasons. He's extremely athletic, and he's already grabbing the attention of the new Raiders coaching staff. I mean, the fact that he's been working at safety, the fact that there's been reports of him potentially playing outside corner, what I hear is they just want him on the field any way humanly possible because he's a good player. Started 9 games last season, playing 837 snaps on defense. He also added 171 snaps on special teams. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. He had 74 tackles, 3 PBUs, a forced fumble last season, and an interception, and continued to get better and better. And realistically, from the moment he stepped on the field, you knew that the Raiders had someone pretty special here. When you look at his PFF grades, he had a 78.4 overall grade, which for cornerbacks is impressive. It's actually top 10 according to PFF, and for a rookie, that's sensational. Run defense grade, 78.8. Pass rush grade, 78.0. Coverage, 75.5. Are there rooms for improvement? Yes. Do I think he's going to be able to improve in Patrick Graham's system? Yes. So from a coverage stat standpoint, he was targeted 62 times, but I'm okay with a player giving up catches when it's 51 catches and only for 399 yards. 51 catches, 399 yards. Imagine a receiver doing that. It's actually very impressive on Nate Hobbs' behalf, especially as a rookie. So every single day I do this show, I think of, honestly, this show, my life is a video game. I'm trying to always level up, and I need you guys to help me level up. I want to get to 115,000 subscribers. We need 606 more. If you're a diehard fan, if you bleed silver and black, if you yell, Raiders, to random people walking down the street that are repping the shield, subscribe, turn on those notifications. We're the channel for you. Let's go to the next breakout candidate here. It's Tre'von Moehrig, and to me, this dude is a do-it-all safety. Another guy entering year 2. And personally, the key word that I see or that I think about when I watch Patrick Graham's tape, especially at the safety position, versatility. That's what Moehrig is. That's why he was the best defensive back in college football in 2020. And honestly, I thought he should have been a first-round pick in 2021. Slid down a little bit. But not only that, he played in 100% of the snaps last season, 1,152. He's a dog. He's somebody who I can't wait to see get better and better and better, and a player that I thought got better and better and better. And the fact that now he's going to have a little bit more help at safety should only help his growth. He's going to be able to learn next to somebody like Duron Harmon. He's not going to have to carry the weight of Jonathan Abram as much this year. So coming off a year, he had 55 tackles, a pick, and 6 PBUs, 72.5 overall grade according to PFF. His only area of improvement, I would say run defense, but I also think that number is so low because the Raiders' defense was not very good at stopping the run, and he's going to have to try to tackle running backs and other players bowling down on him. The number I care about, the coverage grade, 77.7. You draft a safety in today's NFL that can cover, and that's what Moehrig's able to do. He saw 24 targets last season, gave up 14 grabs. Usually safeties give up a little bit higher in terms of yards per catch. Why? Because they're safeties, and he did give up 2 touchdowns. Tre'von Moehrig, up-and-coming safety in the NFL, and I really truly believe after the season, we remark him as a top 10 safety in the league. So you're not going to see Jonathan Hankins. You're not going to see Neil Farrell Jr. on the list of my breakout candidates. I'm sorry, but I do want to know who's the better player. Type JH for Jonathan Hankins, type NF for Neil Farrell Jr., but even though you might not see him here on my breakout show, if you want to meet Jonathan Hankins and Neil Farrell Jr., if you want to get an autograph from them, if you want to take a picture with them, well, hey, put this date in your calendar right now and come and join Chat Sports, me and a whole bunch of other Raiders players when I go ahead and I try to take on Jonathan Hankins in a burger eating competition. June 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. Location, Barcode Burgers. You can see the address on screen. The ticket price to get in is $20, but all the proceeds, everything we get from the raffle, those proceeds will go to the Just One Project, which is a nonprofit organization that connects community by inspiring people to give back Get involved and make a difference in the lives of disadvantaged families and children. Our projects positively impact the people we serve and fill their basic needs. If you're wondering what kind of burger challenge are we doing, I got 10 minutes. Hankins and I am... We might ask a few other people that end up showing up to go ahead and try to take us on. It's a 3.5-pound burger. It's another 9 ounces of fries. It's a lot of food that's going to leave you all being like, yeah, other players at the event. I mentioned Hankins. I mentioned Neil Farrell Jr., Bilal Nichols, Andre James, Kendall Vickers, former Raiders running back Jalen Richard, and players who might show up. Nate Hobbs and Jonathan Abram. So get your tickets right now at chatsports.com/burgers, or you can go ahead and scan the QR code right here. It's going to be first come, first serve. We got about 100 tickets available, and once they're gone, they're gone. So come, rep the silver and black, and have a good time. Chatsports.com/burgers, or go ahead and scan the QR code. Let's go to the next player here. I love burgers, and I love double D's. Shout out to Divine Deablo. He's going to be a breakout candidate for me. His versatility is going to work extremely well in Graham's defensive system. When he was at Virginia Tech, he was a strong safety. Remember what Tanner Muse was supposed to be? That's what Divine Deablo is. He finished the season strong. I thought he finished the season very, very strong for the Raiders. Played in 296 snaps, only 26%. So I see that, and I'm like, there's growth there. He can get better. And at 6'3", 226 pounds, he impressed me quite a bit, honestly, in the run-stopping game. 45 tackles, a tackle for loss, PBU, 1 forced or fumble recovery. The area that I could see him needing to improve upon is his coverage ability. And in year 2, and a defense that I actually think is going to help him be a little bit more flexible and be a better coverage linebacker is going to be this Patrick Graham system. If he does what he did last season from a passing rush standpoint, from a run defense standpoint, and can improve as a coverage linebacker, which I actually thought was one of his better traits as a strong safety coming out of Virginia Tech, he's going to be able to take that next step. Now, sure, he was targeted 13 times, gave up 9 catches, 141 yards, no touchdowns last season, but it's year 2. I am looking for the rookie to take that next step and hopefully be a standout linebacker that we can rely on for quite some time. We're 3 players in, which means we got 3 more to go, and the next 3 names are bigger name players than Kolton Miller. But Mitch, didn't Kolton Miller already break out? Remember how I said career year? This is going to be Kolton Miller's best year that you've ever seen. He's a top 10 offensive tackle right now. This is the year that he goes ahead and becomes a top 5 offensive tackle. Why? He continues to get better every single season. He's a phenomenal athlete who works his ass off. And you already hear Josh McDaniels saying, this guy's a really hard-working dude. On top of that, if Kolton Miller was that good with Tom Cable, I can't wait to see what he's going to do with Carmen Brasillo, an offensive line coach that actually knows what the hell he's talking about. Last season, 1,139 snaps. He had 5 penalties against him, gave up 4 sacks, and gave up 5 hits. But I also watched the tape. I also watched the games. I'm not going to put all those blame on him because when you have to try to also help out John Simpson or whoever the hell else is playing left guard, you got to do a lot of other things. I know if there's somebody who's reliable there at left guard, Kolton Miller's going to hold his own. He's the anchor of the offensive line and somebody who's going to get better and better and better. So the overall grade of 84.0 is one of the best in the league. I truly believe that Kolton Miller is going to get better this upcoming season. So Rumble Y'all is all about doing whatever the hell I want over there. So how about this? It worked when I was a kid. If somebody came up to me and was like, no balls, you won't, I did it. It's just, I did it. So I don't think you're going to follow us on Rumble. No balls, you won't do it. You don't have the cojones to go to rumble.com/Raiders Report. You don't have the peaches. You don't have the fur on those peaches to go ahead and give the Raiders Report a follow on Rumble right now. Let's go to the next player here who I know for a fact is going to have a breakout season. And some of y'all are like, timeout, Mitch. Crosby already broke out last year. Well, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on social media, and there's a lot of people out there that don't think so. Why? Because Crosby has only 1 season with 10-plus sacks. So to me, he still deserves some recognition because he had an incredible season last year. And I would say true diehard fans know how legitimate he is. He played in 925 snaps, 80%, which is slightly down from 83% from the year before. But when you think of a phenomenal player, 55 tackles, 8 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, 7 PBUs, I get the idea that some people want him to have double-digit sacks. Well, guess what? He's going to have it this upcoming season. And from a statistical standpoint alone is why I put him on this list. Because there are people out there that think 8 sacks isn't a breakout year. But then they don't look at how many QB pressures he had or how many QB hits or all the other stuff that he brings to the table on a daily basis. On top of that, Gus Bradley's defense never blitzed. So he was going 4-on-4 essentially, or 4 against 5 is what the Raiders defensive line was doing. And he was still getting after the quarterback. This might be a crazy thing to think about. If the Raiders blitz more, that's going to give Maxx Crosby more one-on-one opportunities. Also, how many times last season did Crosby get held that wasn't called? Or how many times did I actually think Crosby ended up getting a sack and there was a penalty on some BS call? I know this. I look at how talented Max is on the field, and then you go ahead and you translate that to the numbers. He is going to have a statistical season that I'm telling you, buckle up, 15-plus sacks for Mad Max. The final player for my breakout candidates, it's Derek Carr. Yes, DC, the quarterback. He's going to have the best season of his entire career, and he had a good start to 2021, but he didn't really finish the season all that strong from a statistical standpoint. 23 touchdowns, 19 turnovers. But the way I look at it is this. When I look at breakout candidates, sometimes I look at players on one-year deals. And Derek essentially has a one-year prove-it deal when you really look at his contract. And this is the most talented roster on the offensive side of the football that Carr has ever had. Yes, the offensive line still has some question marks. Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Davante Adams, Foster Moreau, Josh Jacobs, Keelan Cole, and Marcus Robinson. This is a very talented team. So essentially, I look at what DC did last year, 4,804 yards. That's good. The touchdown numbers need to go up. And I really truly believe everyone who's watching right now would agree, if Carr doesn't throw for 30 touchdowns, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. Here's the thing, though. When you look at some of his numbers from his first 7 games last season, essentially before Henry Ruggs' situation, he had a 67.6% completion percentage, 2,269 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 turnovers. And if you look at that from a 17-game pace, obviously you can't always sit here and say, oh, that's what he would have done if he would have had Ruggs. But these numbers are very impressive. He has a new offensive coordinator. He has a new head coach. Both of those, I believe, are going to help him be more efficient in the red zone. So you're going to see Carr set a career high in touchdowns. He's going to turn the ball over less. The yards might stay at around 4,800, but the fact that DC is going to have a breakout year, it's because he's going to have the best year of his career. So those were 6 names, but you know what I'm going to say. Let me know. Another player on this Raiders roster that you're like, dude, you forgot this guy. He's going to have a breakout season. So please, let me know another player that you believe could break out this upcoming season. So one more time here, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys always tuning in, always watching. Take a screenshot of this, post it on Twitter, post it on Instagram, hell, post it on Facebook. I don't care where it is, Reddit, MySpace, AOL Instant Messenger. Post it on there. Let's spread the word of the Raiders Report, the Raiders breakout candidates for this upcoming season.